And now's the time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there. And we gotta lead it.
True international depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. If I can circle back, I'll circle back with you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 333 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I am Jeffrey.
And I'm Brian, the magic number.
I was just going to say it's like the magic number, but it's an extra 3. I think we brought this up the last time 33 came up too, and probably the time before that.
I'm sure we do it every time.
We have Guapo with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many actual habitual followers we have, but you probably noticed we missed 2 weeks?
I thought was it 2 or 3?
Well, yesterday would have been 3.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. I took the family out on vacation. Forgot to bring it up on the show last time before we signed off. Let me tell you, went to a swim up bar. Never done that before. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah. Well, I went on a cruise to the Bahamas, and no one came back with hantavirus.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's tough to tell.
Really to tell. What about Ebola? That's making a comeback too.
Ebola shows up every year in California and Chicago, though. Remember, we talk about this every year. Filthy, people shitting on the streets. You're gonna get Ebola happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hantavirus, though, is interesting. It doesn't pass person to person, so I don't know why they're making such a big deal about this.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we get a couple dozen cases each year, and that's from being exposed to rodent feces,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not sure which cruise line these guys were on, but oh
It
my
sounded
goodness,
like a world cruise line. Yeah, they were it was like a 3-month cruise.
oh dear God, yeah. That means they probably had these rodents possibly in the ventilation. With 5 people got sick, 3 of them died or something like that. Which is a little high, but with such a small sample, it's tough to get the accurate numbers to come out because it's something like 40% fatal without good hospital care. That one's actually under our intro, but I knew we were going to get to this. I knew we were going to bring this up as to why I was gone. Yeah, okay. Somebody shared this. I'm not sure who. There's a lot of crap to dig through when I got back.
Yeah.
Basically the GPS device that the pilot had on the aircraft that went down in the Middle East.
Uh-huh.
There's something special about it, I guess. I don't know. No?
Well, nobody knew about it until now.
About GPS? I thought everybody knew about
No,
GPS.
but it's not like a GPS. It's something. It's something more than GPS.
Well, that's fascinating because another topic we're going to get into. I'm going to bring this up because I actually mentioned that to an idea of a GPS that's not satellite based. It wouldn't be GPS, obviously, global positioning satellites,
Yeah.
but there's still got to be a way to get, longitude and latitude.
Probably from radars bouncing off.
Possibly. You might be just flashing lasers out into the sky that only we could pick up with our,
Yeah, and it's a strictly friendly.
Because GPS is for the pilot to be able to find his way around, not to track him with. This is something that was a tracking device that the United States was able to use to actually pinpoint his location with.
Yeah, but I got a device when I go out hunting I carry with me, and if I actually get lost in the woods and something goes wrong, I hit a button and it sends out a
stress signal.
But the thing is that does send it out to the entire world to see. Someone needs help in Appalachia.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's got to be a way you can encrypt these so that not just everyone can pick them up. Same idea, but I don't know.
Okay, why are we talking about this? What was the
Follow-up stuff. The pilot that went down, there was more stuff that came out. We like to try to keep on stuff if we can.
Oh no, but I said what was so special about the GPS?
It wasn't GPS.
Oh,
No, it was something else.
oh, that's why they could keep track of him.
This is fascinating. So we keep hearing about all these claims that Gaza's starving to death, and that's why like Greta Thunberg is trying to go in and break this blockade to make sure that these people get their food. Which, as more people saying, that's how they're smuggling weapons into these folks. Well, it turns out the malnutrition cases, since Israel has got involved in feeding the people and making sure they're not getting weapons, the starvation has gone down by 83%.
Wow.
So let's all back up a second and go, wow, things are much better this way right now. Everyone was starving to death because they were smuggling in weapons to go kill German students on spring break or what's in October? I don't know. Whatever break they get in October to go to a concert, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of the hantavirus, Purdue Pharma, they were the ones who made OxyContin is dissolving under like direction of a court, which I found fascinating. I don't know how many of those documentary type things you watched on TV with like Michael Keaton or whatever about OxyContin.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, it was pretty informative actually. I just thought that was interesting that this big deal pharmaceutical company's closing up. But after COVID, well, I don't know, maybe it'll be another 20 years before Moderna closes down. By the way, Moderna is already working on a vaccine for hantavirus and their stock is up like 180%.
Of course it is.
But it's like 30 cases a year. You're gonna get a vaccine for it? Dear God, what kind of crap are you gonna just keep pumping into your body? Blah 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 blah. Oh, and the statute of limitations on Fauci lying to Congress expires on Monday, and Rand Paul is attempting to get some kind of indictment before then. We called this at the outstart that this is just isn't right with the COVID outbreak. And then he went and flat out lied to Congress, and it was so obvious because he contradicted himself in the same sentence. And we said nothing was going to happen about it. And it looks like in 2 days, on the 18th, it'll be too late to do anything about it. So there you go. More more folks put into positions over you that don't have to suffer consequences. The hantavirus, whatever. Oh, look at this. Another teacher. This is a substitute teacher in North Carolina that was caught sleeping with her male students.
Oh my god, man, so many, dude.
It's almost like we go looking for these women
No,
sleeping
they
with
just-
students on purpose.
They just pop out of nowhere, dude.
This is getting out of control.
I think is this what I want to have 50-50 teacher, male and female. A good ratio of male and female. At least they're gonna sleep with each other.
It's tough to get more
I
men
know.
teaching though.
I know.
And that's the thing is everyone says that exactly, Guapo. It's like, oh, it should be the same amount, male and female. But the problem is, as soon as a man's a teacher, like what, you just want to diddle kids? It's like the women are the ones diddling kids.
Yeah.
You know?
At least they're gonna diddle each other, you know.
Yeah, exactly. If you two of these teachers want to bang each other, I don't give a crap. But
Yeah. At least they're gonna lose a job and not gonna get arrested. And probably
they should go
divorced.
to prison.
Oh yeah, they would diddle with kids. Yeah, but I say with the diddle each other. They're not gonna. Yeah, they're just gonna have a shameful.
That's just two consenting adults that have to file paperwork.
Probably one of them's married, the other one's not, and.
Yeah, that's them fucking around with their own lives, not children's lives.
Mm-hmm.
This was fascinating. AOC said it is impossible to legitimately earn $1 billion.
Right.
Well, what gets me is that AOC doesn't understand how the economy works, which pisses me off because she's an econ major at UMass Boston. So once again, anyone who went to UMass Boston for an economy degree, go demand your money back because they made a socialist who thinks it's impossible to make $1 billion legitimately. Well, let's just say, finally get my water-powered engine working properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go and I start building a line of cars. And let's say it cost me $5,000 to make each vehicle, and I sell them for $6,000 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
It would replace just about every vehicle on the planet within a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't I be a billionaire legitimately that way? She's saying I must be abusing people somehow to make $1 billion. And it's funny, Bernie Sanders used to say the same thing about millionaires
Because he became a millionaire.
until he became a millionaire because he wrote or had someone else write a book with his name on it.
Unless they're projecting each other, dudes. Like, she found out how Bernie Sanders made his $1 million. Who gonna buy a book for Bernie, dude?
Oh, a lot of people would just because Bernie's name was on it. I know a lot of people that voted Trump that had voted Bernie earlier, and were going to vote for Bernie until Hillary Clinton pushed him out of the race.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like, why has he done entire life to nothing work? All he's been in Congress for most of his adult life. Nothing so substantial out of him, nothing you're gonna learn.
From what I understand, the only legitimate work Bernie Sanders ever actually had, and by that I mean not working for like the government, was porn back in like the 70s.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was an actor or he was in production. He was probably the poor guy that had to get the terrible angle from underneath with the camera. You know what I mean?
He was the fluffer.
Yeah, I was about to say, the billionaires and the millionaires.
Got to keep him hard for the next shot. Oh God, my life is terrible. I want to be a senator.
I mean, the only one who had a job was his wife, but she never got arrested for the.
She never. No, that was a big cover up.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
She ran that university into the ground.
Yeah, you're right. That didn't Elizabeth Warren do the same thing or something? No, I don't remember.
No,
that's right. She was a teacher at Harvard, right? Because she was a native.
Yeah.
She got into Harvard because of that.
Yeah. I think she came out with some theory, but it was actually legitimate.
No, she had high cheekbones.
Yeah, that's obviously. I'm like, wow, way to be stereotypical with your racism, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something I brought up to the wife about the $1 billion. Like, what if I came up with some kind of new tech that works like a GPS system, but it doesn't need satellites?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just give you your global position without a satellite. I was like, this would sell.
But that's cell phones. It goes bounce off towers. Towers have got a position set already, so you don't need to get a satellite.
Yeah, the issue with the towers is like I live in the middle of a national forest, and once you get off like the main roads, actually I say that the main roads. Well, on my way back here from Hampton Roads, my way here, I drove 5 hours through the George Washington National Forest.
That's how I went. I went on a town when I came home. That's how I went.
There's
no cell service, no cell service,
no cell, no GP, nothing. It's all if you don't lock in your GPS in advance, you won't be able to communicate with a satellite to get your location. Thank God we didn't lose power or something or shut off the GPS to get home because. Jeez, it was a long ride on that same road. It's like turn right. It's like it's the same road.
Yep.
It's
I thought I was never getting to that gas station. I started getting text messages from my brother once I got cell service. Like, you've got 5 miles left in the tank. I've been getting alerts for the last half hour on this.
Yeah, we were driving like the wife's like we're like a half a tank. I was like, yeah, it's been an hour since the last gas station. Let's go ahead and top off. You know,
smart.
Yeah, now AOC saying her ambition is bigger than just holding a presidential title. What does she want to be king of the world? What's more ambitious than president of the United States?
OnlyFans.
Oh God! See, the thing is, she would probably be worth a couple $1 million if she had done one term in Congress and done OnlyFans. This is interesting. He's going to need the help of Congress, but Trump said he's going to make a move to try to suspend the gas tax because gasoline is expensive as fuck. I'm sure everyone noticed.
It's $5 a gallon here in Michigan.
$4.69 here, which is nuts. I've never seen it over $4. Well, I say that when we first got here, it was on its way back down from under Biden. But geez, yeah, it went up 30 cents when I was gone for a week and a half. I was like, holy shit, that's nuts. Yeah, obviously he's going to need Congress to deal with taxes. But
They're all
I
on
don't know.
board. This is
Unless
one
it's
thing
an
he might
emergency.
actually be able to get everybody to agree on.
You think so? You don't think the Democrats want to leave the
No, they
gas
wanted
prices
they
sitting
wanted
high?
to. They wanted to lower too for
I'm
their reelection purposes.
See, I'm surprised they don't want to point at what Trump did to gasoline
Oh, they're still going to
as the
point at
midterms
it.
come up.
They're still going to point at it.
True. No one, and then they're gonna look. Well, shoot, when it happened under Biden, like I drive a Tesla. It's like, well, you don't anymore. Oh, by the way, I saw more Teslas in New England
Mm-hmm.
this last trip up there, and I was only in the area for a couple of hours at a time. Than I've seen like in my entire life. They're everywhere. I thought people were lighting these things on fire and no one drove them anymore.
No, they still do. They're just hypocrites. They don't want to pay for
This,
gas.
it's a super liberal area in New Jersey, and everyone's driving a Tesla around. I was like, you do realize that your own people are the ones keying these cars, right?
Yeah, and they put like stickers like, "Hey, I bought this before Elon."
Before Elon went crazy. I saw one of those stickers. I didn't see any of them that were keyed up. Must have seen 3 cyber trucks.
Mm-hmm.
It was nuts. And I don't know who Alex Murdaugh is. I've heard the name.
Mm.
South Carolina.
Yeah, he was murdered, and his conviction has just been overturned with a new trial coming up because, like the jury was tainted, or like the court.
The court recorder was tainted.
Yeah, she was like telling the jury how to think and stuff like that, like not just body language and stuff like that. Like,
Why is the court reporter getting involved in this at all?
be,
Like,
and
why is this person's?
No idea.
That's
Yeah,
what they're
why are they?
investigating. And she was.
I know it seems that you shouldn't be speaking to the jury at all.
I know, and she's selling a book and stuff like that. So the investigator.
Oh, that might be a crime then. If she's gonna sell
Yeah.
a book about it too.
Yeah, she needed something to put on her like in the book, so she tainted the jury just to like. I guess this is a random thing, and she just needed to put something in her book, and this is why everything making news right now.
Yeah, if she intentionally threw a trial off,
So
that's
she
a
can
criminal
add it-
offense, right?
Yeah, so she could add it to the
It should
book.
be, yeah.
I was there for that stuff like
Yeah,
that.
not just a fine, like pay the court costs and everything. Like this is time that could have been spent on a different case or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, over here we had 68,000 people in West Virginia switch party affiliations ahead of the primary that just happened. They went
what?
from to Republican.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
68.
shared that article.
Yeah, that's a lot of people in West Virginia. We did just have the election on Tuesday, which they shut everything down on Tuesday. They don't even do school on election days here. Did not realize that until after I drove an hour and a half to the DMV to register the new trailer I just bought, and they were closed.
Oh man.
Yes.
I guess you got some fast food while you're out and about.
Yes, obviously. When I was out there, I was like, ooh, a Burger King. Actually, I think we had tacos, but oh man, I had so much Taco Bell when I was out of West Virginia. Every time, everyone we saw was like, "I'm getting tacos."
We got a Jack in the Box opening up here in like another few weeks.
It's burgers, right?
I got everything. All you can eat, all day breakfast, burgers, tacos, you name it, they got it.
I thought for sure they were gonna. I thought for sure they were gonna collapse after that whole rat thing, several years ago. What was that?
That just adds flavoring to the meat.
Oh, that might have been a decade ago. Yeah, this is your vaccine. We're gonna give you a dead strain of the virus in this rat, and then you're gonna be immune to hantavirus. I don't think I've ever eaten at a Jack in the Box. I don't think I've ever actually even seen one in person.
They have them in North Carolina. That's the only place that has them on the West Coast. On the East Coast, they're really big on the West Coast.
All right.
So.
The critic there, the El Salvadorian priest,
Yep.
that was giving Trump a hard time, is my new bishop here in West Virginia. So, I'm trying to keep religion and politics separate just because they are.
Mm-hmm.
but I hear a lot of people claiming that the church is wrong on a lot of stuff concerning Trump is going against the church on a lot of stuff. I'm like, first of all, have you guys actually read the book, the good book? Like, it actually says like there's this place for government, and then the same people that said that all Christians are extremists, which what got me was they said all Catholics are extremists, and I was like, isn't Joe Biden Catholic? He was president at the time.
Right.
Well, he claimed he was Catholic anyway.
Yeah, that's debatable.
Yeah, as he's going for abortion, even the Pope was like, "You're not a real Catholic if you believe in abortion." That's the long and short of it, right there. But yeah, I've been worried not about my church in particular, but the Catholic Church bending to the will of the people. They've already changed the church recently. Like, we don't do the Apostles' Creed anymore. We have some other thing that's similar, but they changed the responses. So like everything's been programmed into my head, and it's a little weird. And we do a prayer to the Archangel Michael every week, and that's new too. Yeah, at least new since COVID, or since probably shortly before COVID. National Fallen Fighter Fighters Weekend was the last weekend. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. No, this weekend?
The president ordered the flags to be flown at half staff too. So,
the governor did too. I don't know if he did it first or what, but it's always good to give some respect for those that gave their lives for you. And instead of saying, "Well, if the lesbian can't carry your fat ass out of the fire, maybe you should think about why you were stuck in a fire." It's like, what? God, then why put the fire out? You remember that with the whole Karen Bass thing?
Yeah.
And her
now she's up for re-election.
Yeah, we'll probably get to that. What's going on in Michigan? You got
we got this rural road that's actually in the county I live in, and it's actually like parts of two different townships and the county, and nobody actually wants to pay. It used to be paved. Technically, is still paved. It's paved with potholes now.
Yes.
And nobody wants to own up and pitch in to get it repaved or converted, and the people that live on the road don't want it turned back into gravel, which is what happens with a lot of these paved roads around here. After a while, they end up turning them back into gravel roads.
Why doesn't each municipality just handle the section in their area then?
Because like the Tecansha, the township I live in, say they don't have any money set aside for roads. They don't have, like, most of the jurisdictions
should be the gas tax, right?
They have extra millage put on their their property taxes on the houses and stuff, and Tecansha never agreed to do that. So we don't have a whole lot of money to work on roads with.
Yeah, it's usually a gas tax thing to pay for the roads, right?
Well, that's where the state gets their money from, but not the lower government agency.
Yeah, why?
Not the county, not
the state. The state won't fix these county roads.
No, they got too many potholes in their own highways.
See, that's fascinating to me because West Virginia takes care of their potholes. Just yesterday, or 2 days ago, we had a machine come through, rip up the road where the potholes are. Then the next day, they came in and paved them over again. And they do it so quick after the thaw every year. So, are they actually going to pave this road or what?
No idea. It's still being talked about. The wheels of small town government run very slowly. But now that I'm a resident here, I may actually go to a township meeting and listen in and see how ridiculous it really is. I see the comments on Facebook, but I have a hard time believing it's bad as they make it sound on Facebook. So
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of, in general, what's going on with the politics and the political parties in Michigan, and I totally believe that nothing's getting done and your money's being stolen by illegal migrants who, traffic children or something, Well, there we go. And MSU, is that Mizzou?
No, it's Michigan State University. It's here in Michigan. It's near Lansing, the state capital. And they had to evacuate this whole academic building because they found a meth lab on campus.
Damn.
I mean, like, if a college university campus doesn't have what you need to make meth, they don't have a very good science department. Let's be real here, right?
Right.
Um, just all right. But this guy, was he a student? Because I
Yeah,
couldn't
he was a
see where.
student. He was a student.
All right, and just
I don't think he's
using.
a student anymore.
No, he's probably in prison, right? Yeah, he's facing
Well,
charges.
yeah, he's facing charges, so he's in jail. He might be out on bail now.
Jeez, and that this some Walter White shit here. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Heisenberg. Man, what a good show that was, wasn't it?
yeah.
Speaking of, did you see his new show that's back?
What's it
Brian
called?
Brian
Malcolm in the
Cranston's
Middle?
doing new Malcolm in the Middle.
They only did
Oh,
like
I
seven
watched it.
episodes.
They did a short season. I think it's on Hulu. I watched it.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize it was a short season. I had only
Yeah.
seen.
I think
it was
there's
only
like 5 episodes of it.
yeah. The non-binary sibling threw me for a little bit of a loop though, because that's an extra kid from what they had left off with before.
Yeah.
And Michigan man sentenced to 30 years for killing his best friend on the wedding day. What's that about?
There was alcohol involved, and he left the scene of the reception, came back with a gun, I believe, and shot him.
Nothing in this dude's head said this isn't the right thing to do.
He's saying it now, but it's too late
Too late
now.
for that, yeah.
And it was his best friend too.
Yeah,
It's like,
it was. Yeah,
did he love this woman himself?
I don't think so. I don't even know what the quarrel was about. It didn't elaborate what the whole quarrel was about, but it was like, holy shit,
It's
30
probably
years.
him being yeah, it was probably him being too drunk and the groom telling him like go cool off. You know what I mean? But gee God, man. And yeah, what you said he's facing 30 years?
Yep.
Damn, more than life.
That's fucked up, dude. All right. Oh dear God. All right. Virginia Beach servicemen, what's going on? Everything that seems to happen with a sailor getting in trouble or dying always seems to be out of Norfolk. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, but this one's been charged after they convinced a teen to fly to Norfolk. So
Oh, is this the girl? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I had heard something about this, I guess. Yeah,
This is,
so she thought she was in love with this guy or whatever, and like he
Yeah.
invited her out to Virginia, and I was like, she was
Yeah.
like 16 or something. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man,
14,
you
yeah.
you're going away, dude. That's the end of that.
Now that's where they found her hotel over here, dude, in Virginia Beach.
Well, that's what blows my mind, though. It's like, even if you're,
First of all, how does she fly without ID, man? Like you have to at least 16 to have an ID.
you can get identification younger.
As
It's
a
just
minor?
why, yeah, but why would you bother? Typically,
I know, but I'm saying like, okay, so like, they didn't catch the age. Like, hold on, you're 14. Why are you flying by yourself? That's a minor.
yeah, I'm not sure what the rules are, but maybe they went through Spirit Airlines.
Before they close, and she's like, we don't care, whatever. Just go.
Yeah, we're going out of business anyway. It's
Anyways,
Lawrence's fault.
hop on board. we'll take your money.
Yeah.
We take whatever we can now.
Yeah, I saw that news pop up as I was driving through New York, and I was like, "Oh dear God!" I was like, "Didn't Elizabeth Warren? Wasn't she the one who stopped them from being bought out by a larger
Yeah,
company?"
Yeah.
that was a whole
Everybody wanna
meme
blame
going around on
Trump.
Facebook. Yeah.
Everybody
but
want
she
to blame
owned-
Trump because he don't want to bail them out. Like I kind of hate it when they're trying to bail, but Spirit didn't like the agreement that he was trying to push. You know.
He said it had to benefit the U.S. government in order for the government to do it. So, and
Yeah.
Well, what bothered me a little bit is I read something about how they're trying to figure out how who's going to get like possession of their properties, like their aircraft and stuff.
a lot of them were leased aircraft. So I read an article. I don't know if I put it in here, and I don't think it did, but about
Maybe if it is, it's way
it,
down
wa-
there.
it was the repo people and how they had to clear everything through. They said it's not like Discovery Channel's repo plane.
I was just gonna say, I'd love to watch the guys like jump in the car and steal it.
Yeah,
to
you know, everything's
fly the jet
coordinated
away.
with the airport security and the air traffic control and stuff like that. And They fly most of them are getting flown to Arizona because they can get parked out there with the low humidity and not have any damage to them long term.
All right, so they didn't own their aircraft because that's what got me is like if they own their aircraft,
Oh.
you usually have enough time while filing your bankruptcy paperwork to sell the assets.
No, they didn't. I don't think they own very many assets.
All right,
Just
and
a paper.
these guys going full on 11, not 7, right? Like,
This was their second 11 in like a year.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, now no one's there. Yeah, they got no credit. No one's gonna loan them any money. So obviously that's the end of that. And you know what? Maybe this is the way it should be. Why should we keep bailing out companies that keep
Yeah.
failing?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like, just let the market decide.
I
The only
flew
thing-
on them a couple of times down to Florida from Norfolk, and I mean, it was a flight. It was pretty bare bones, but it got me where I needed to go cheaply.
So why did Warren not want another
She-
airline to
because
buy
She
them out?
thought said she didn't want a bunch of big airlines. 'Cause
She wanted
JetBlue
that-
wanted to merge with them.
No, yeah, they're like, oh, we don't need monopoly and stuff like that. Like, are you fucking idiot? You know how many airline companies out there? There's not gonna be a monopoly to just airline.
No, and let's be real. Spirit was never a huge airline.
No,
You know,
it's primarily on the East Coast.
Yeah, like Brian said, it's like you fly out of like not even Norfolk. You fly out of Newport News.
No, it was out of Norfolk.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. Like you go to Newport
Yeah.
News, you basically stay
But
on
it
the
never.
coast.
But Norfolk was probably one of the biggest airports it flew into. Because like in Orlando, it didn't. Did it fly in the regular airport or another one nearby?
I'd say it probably wasn't ORL.
Yeah.
But anyways, now it's gonna be I know it's gonna what's gonna happen because usually what happened is I was in the bar over here, and they closed the shitty bar. All the fucking shitty people come to my bar. Like, damn, my fucking bar is infected by all these shitty people.
That yeah.
That's gonna happen with the airlines. All these fucking people are gonna jump into Breezy.
Well, that's why when you get into like the cities, that's why you need to see the occasional dive bar for the shitty people to go there instead and start fights. And that's why when you get out in the rural areas, you get like to the tough biker bars where if you're not on like a specific type of motorcycle, you don't even bother going in. It's like let those guys congregate together over there,
Yeah.
and the rest of polite society will go over here and have some French fries, some chicken wings, watch the game, and have a beer.
Yeah.
So here's your chance, Ray, to find love.
Oh god, here we go.
Oh, by the way,
Hamptons Road's
gonna-
getting its own dating show for
Yeah.
I'm
Virginia singles.
dude, you know how bad this is gonna make the Navy look?
Oh my god.
Do you know how many sailors are going to be on this stupid show being complete drunk assholes? But I just want to bust Ray's nuts a little bit here. Guapo's nuts.
What's that?
Dude, I gave you like 6 hours notice. I was coming to freaking the area to come drink some beers with you. Then you went out split tail hunting.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then it turns out on the weekends, my fucking mug club discount doesn't apply. I was so excited about happy hour prices.
You
of my mug.
you still got $1 off.
$1 off, yes. And then
Yeah.
I meant to bring my mug with me because if I was going to travel and stumble across another green turtle, it'll work there.
And Ray,
left it
your
in
mug
Virginia.
number at Green Turtle, if you go there drinking, is 328.
Okay.
Oh, wow, you were way after me, huh?
Yeah.
I said that was probably like 2 hours later or something.
My mug is
I'm-
still there, so
Yeah,
I'll
mine
be
was
there
there.
in July to use it. So
The woman who worked there looked at me. She's like, "Your mug's actually hanging up over here." And I was like, "Yeah, it's got the Red Sox sticker on. It's mug 98." She's like, "Holy crap, that's a low number." Yeah, I think I paid like 30 or 35 bucks for that mug. And the
Yeah.
dude who worked there had to convince me you could fit a full pint in that thing. I was like, "There's
oh
no way
yeah,
that's a-"
I was there that day when they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, he filled the whole pint up and poured it into the mug. And I was like, "I'll be damned."
Because it doesn't look like it.
It does not look it. All right. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Here's Guapo's chance to go on a dating show and play Rico Suave.
That's right.
I don't need
Is this
to,
going to be
so-
broadcast nationwide, or is it just going to be the local area?
I think it's a brilliant broadcast nationwide.
Shit. Guapo, if you or anyone you know is on this show, you need to let me know so I can make sure to watch it.
I don't know where it's gonna. I don't got cable, so I don't know what channel it's gonna be on.
Let me read the article here.
Oh god.
Yeah. Let's be real, cable's disappearing.
Yeah.
It's convenient, but I mean, I pay a little less than I would for cable, and I got all these streaming services, so it's on demand instead.
Dude, you know what you need to download? The channel Tubi. And you
Yeah, I
can
got
watch-
Tubi.
Oh, okay, you got Tubi.
That one's free.
Yeah, you can watch commercials, of course, but
Yeah, just like the History Channel and a couple others that are free that you got to watch commercials.
yeah.
The History Channel, I'm getting bored, man. They haven't done anything new and exciting in a while.
They
And
don't even have
Hey,
Pawn
hey,
Pawn Stars anymore.
They don't
Well,
got
that's
like
because they
a-
keep dying to go into prison. Yeah, I don't think they're doing Forged in
the
Fire
son
anymore.
died, no.
One of them died, and then
Yeah,
another one
this-
went to prison. Then the grandfather died.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chumley, I think's in prison.
Yeah, I kind of figured he gotta go in prison or something.
I don't know why that show was so entertaining, but you just couldn't shut it off, could you?
I don't talk about history and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right. This is interesting here. A trans substitute teacher, 19-year-olds, which found very interesting. I didn't realize you could be a substitute teacher without a college degree.
Mm.
Just has to have so many credits.
Oh, okay, maybe. But was plotting a murder spree at a Virginia school.
Mm.
Once again, these trans folk are accusing everyone else of all this crazy shit, but the last dozen mass shootings we've seen have been
Trans kid.
conducted by a trans person.
Yeah, it's just not the okay. This is not the old folks that trans that just before they became trendy. This is like the new age trans kids and stuff doing all this.
Well, yeah,
crazy
God
shit.
knows what they mean by trans now. They might mean they call themselves two-spirited. I found out from Claire on this show that basically it's like a Native American spirit
No, it's
guy.
okay. No. This shit, the Native American thing, probably just wants to happen, and they want to fucking blanket everybody through that. Because
Well,
one episode.
isn't that cultural appropriation?
No. But this two spirit thing probably is just one Native American.
That's probably one group that did the spirit guides. Yeah.
Yeah, and they want to blanket everybody. Oh, the Native Americans do it. Like, no, this probably one tribe out of fucking thousands of them.
That's the thing a lot of people don't realize is it wasn't a unified nation of a similar people
No.
when it was
They
native
fucking hated
tribes.
each other.
Yeah, some of them could coexist, but there were plenty of wars.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, you took the land from the natives. Which natives
Yeah.
did I take this land from? And okay, who did they take it from? Who did they take it from? Who did they take it from? Of course, if you live in Canada, the king apparently can just turn land over to the natives, which I found interesting. Because what was it? They said like 200 years ago, our ancestors used to come fishing here in the summer. So like, okay, it's your land now. So now everyone who lives there is paying their mortgages or whatever, their property fees to the native tribe. And I just like to point out that the natives are no better than anyone else when it comes to money management because they have the worst drug and alcohol problems. But seriously, what is more lucrative in this country than an Indian casino?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing makes more money. But
Nope.
everyone's still poor and can't eat. You know? So I mean these people are just as corrupt as everyone else. Don't paint him as this noble savage. I have no idea what you. Oh, there she did see me. Okay. I didn't think she saw me. I figured you had some other thing up on your screen. Okay, who's Senator Kane?
He's a Virginia senator.
Tim Kaine.
Yes, and Warren. I thought so. And Kane.
Yeah,
well,
Warren
is-
Kane.
Kane.
They're both senators.
Yeah, is this Elizabeth Warren or Virginia
No,
Warren?
this is
Virginia
a
Warren.
different Warren.
These two are trying to make Virginia's gun control a nationwide thing.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have problems because
Supreme Court's been shutting all that shit down.
yeah, and it's already Spanberger just signed laws into place to ban weapons on campuses, and the NRA's already filed lawsuits against it.
Because the campuses are public ground and you can't do that.
I don't know, but
No, there's something else. They want to ban weapons in general, so that's why they're going after.
It's funny. Well, it wasn't funny. We were in Newport News right next to Fort Useless.
uh,
My older daughter just kept running off. And I was like, you have to stop. He's like, I'm just playing. I'm like, no, you don't know where you are anymore. You're not on a mountaintop in West Virginia where everything's fine
Yeah.
and safe. I was like,
Right.
people steal children here. They run them over with their cars and take off. They shoot out their windows and drive and just keep driving. This is a real problem here in Virginia. And now they're trying to say you shouldn't be able to like defend yourself. You should just get shot at.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty dumb to me. But if the Supreme Court's even going to shut down what they're doing in Virginia, aren't they? The SCOTUS?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. They shot down the redistricting effort,
Yeah.
which was always a long shot from the get-go that that was going to get approved to be heard by the Supreme Court, because typically the Supreme Court does not like dealing with states' rights. They want it. If it's in the state's constitution, they let the state Supreme Court deal with it.
Yes, but the Second Amendment is federal. So like
Yeah.
there's not much wiggle room here.
Oh, I see. The next category is all about Virginia. Yeah.
Fucking mouse. Yeah, well, not all about it. There's Alabama and Florida in there too. But one of your state senators over there in Virginia just got raided at
Yeah,
the
back in
FBI.
Hampton Roads, man. Portsmouth, baby, Portsmouth. She's saying it's Trump after her. It's COVID, it's fraud. They're rating them about fraud. So, am I the only one here?
No, you hear? Can you hear me?
Okay. What's going on in
Thank you, Tom.
Portsmouth? You remember?
With her, Lucas?
Yeah, yeah.
So they raided her in the morning. Nobody's defending her. Like you see now, everybody got quiet. Like they kind of knew, like this was coming one day. So they don't know why they they after her because of the weed. She got those weed shops, but it's, the THC something about it. There, like she selling some illegal stuff.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I think she got a heads up because they arrested her business partner. So I think she got a heads up about it, but other than that,
Well,
nobody's.
she's throwing a shit fit about how this is like political prosecution and targeting and stuff. And it's like, how
Okay.
many vape shops did Virginia just blow up for selling pot out of them? You know?
Yeah,
Well, they all do it.
yeah, but she's the only one. And you look at the Spamberger, probably Team Kane or whatever defended her, but Spamberger's not defending her. She's pissed up at her because she pushed the fucking this 10-1 referendum. She kind of knew it was gonna backfire. So now this shit blew up on their face. And now you got fucking 2-bullet misspelled fucking Jones going out, pursuing this shit. So yeah, it's a shit show right now. And right now we had like 54 days since they took over the Democrats here in Virginia, and they haven't balanced a budget yet.
Oh. I bought a bottle of Gun K Bahamian aged rum in the Bahamas.
Yep, I probably had the same kind of rum when I was there back in the day.
It says Navy rum on it.
Yeah.
Holy crap, this shit kicks like a mule right in the. Ooh. She told me
Yeah.
this is a good sit down and sip it with rum, and I was like, holy crap, it kicks harder than
But you didn't
Good
sip it.
Yeah, it kick you.
You chugged it.
No, I got it right here in a glass with ice in it. I just opened the bottle like 12 seconds ago.
Maybe you're not drunk enough yet.
Oh, but yeah, usually I can handle booze, man. Like, you know what? I was drinking a lot of whiskey instead on the ship too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Rum
man.
is lighter than whiskey. It's just sweeter.
It should be sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
Just tastes like fire. This is stuff you cannot get in the States, and apparently their big claim to fame. Oh crap! The big claim to fame is that they were smuggling rum into the States in the 20s. Oof. All right. This is interesting. I thought, at least, that a Nigerian man has been arrested for about $1.3 million in a romance scheme targeting Norfolk City accounts. Is he
And
like
Ray's all
convincing?
pissed off that they didn't go after the women.
Yeah.
What do you
Because
mean?
You fell for this. You paid for this. You embezzled money, and now you're gonna get like, you're just gonna walk off with nothing. Like you paying somebody for romance money, shouldn't you be arrested because you paid for it? Not just go.
What's
for
romance money?
Sugar
The
daddy.
woman.
What's wrong with this shit? What's wrong with the sugar daddy? And why you be?
Okay, but she was using city treasury money.
Ah, see, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, who did this then?
The
'Cause
city
it
of
says,
Norfolk.
city accounts.
Yeah, city account. That's why I'm not, like upset they're not going after the woman that fell for this. Hold on. Give me a
No,
second.
you're right. The person who dished out this money should be facing charges for stealing from the people, right?
Yeah,
I did not realize
definitely.
that. All right.
I didn't read that far into the article to realize that was what's going on. I just knew Ray had a very strongly worded opinion about it.
All right.
All right, let's move on to
Yeah,
maps.
yeah. That Pinchy the lobster got shut down by the Supreme Court. Oh, Virginia,
Yep. I suspected it would because because in the Constitution it says if you want to change
90 days, right?
no, it's gotta be brought up in two different
Mm.
legislative sessions. And how they tried to do it was they called the Congress back in a special session to call that its own legislative session. So they
All right.
violated the Constitution of Virginia to push this thing through. Now, why the Virginia Supreme Court didn't step in before the Democrats spent $70 billion of Virginia taxpayers' money on this special election, I have no idea. But they
Because
did.
it wasn't an issue until Virginia tried to actually do something with it. They have every authority to spend money stupidly. The Supreme Court can't stop that. I gotta say, it was hilarious watching the reactions of people flipping out, like, "Well, only the Democrats can't do it." It's like, See, here's the problem: is you guys don't know how voting works.
Yeah.
Each
And then
state gets,
and then you got people outside of Virginia like Jeffries, the Democrat minority leader saying, "Oh, well, we should go ahead and remove all of the judges on the Virginia
yeah,
Supreme Court that
yeah. They were
voted
talking
for
about
this."
they was talking about reducing the retirement age and replacing everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And the crazy thing is, what this was put into place there, the way they do this new map they put in place and the rules they did about changing it was done, I believe, in 2020, which would have been under Governor Blackface, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the Democrats put a policy in place that once again bit them in the ass.
Right.
And now they're pissed off and saying everyone else is to blame except for us once again.
Yeah, and then they got all mad and the hilarious thing was that the new Attorney General of Virginia,
Jay Jones.
Yes,
Misspelled.
they didn't even
Jacob.
spell check their petition to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah, Virginia and Senator he misspelled, right?
Yeah,
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia.
Virginia.
Or, yeah, Virginia.
Perhaps you shouldn't be the Attorney General of a state you can't spell.
Oh, sent it to the wrong place.
Well,
He said,
they sent it to the wrong court too.
yeah,
sent it to the wrong place too. And it's like, this is your top cop in your state. The guy who said we should kill people to believe us, who can't spell his own state, sends this stuff to the wrong court. Dear God, if someone murders your family, he's gonna send your shit off to a family court and it's gonna get thrown out. You know?
God, this is a fucking DI, dude.
Yeah, but this is the guy who wanted to kill two people to get everyone to believe him. And I don't know, did you guys see the video of him trying to kick the dog, but he missed?
Oh, yeah.
Like a little lap dog. He tried to kick it out of its way, and the dog dodged out of the way. I was like, not only are you an asshole enough to kick a dog, mind its own business, you suck so much you missed.
That's why I call it 2 bullets, Jones.
Oh my God, I just don't understand. I could almost understand Spanberger because she promised something different than she's delivering. But this guy was out there what he was into before he was elected.
She's being pressured by Lucas. That's why all of this shit is going on. She's just being pressured. Lucas, the one that got arrested.
Oh, the senator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think she got arrested. I think
she get investigated. Sorry, this is what and nobody's defending her. That's why you don't see nothing for Spanberger because she's pissed off at her. You know, she got pressured by Lucas and the Speaker of the House in here in Virginia to push all this fucking crazy stuff, and they get pissed off at her because she rejected most of it, and like you saw that she rejected the one of the bills about fucking in order you can organize basically a union bill, and she like, okay, can this take effect after she leave office?
Oh yeah, they wanted to unionize public workers in the state of
Yeah,
Virginia.
and they're like, no, we need to do this now, right? And she's like, veto because she
Bamberger doesn't want to have her name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just like Mom
Finally
Donnie.
realizing she's already went too far crazy anyway.
Yeah.
Mom Donnie has finally realized there's no money to pay for his program. So you see what he's doing? He's done to
New York.
yeah, in New York to pay for these programs.
What was he doing? I forgot.
He's deferring like retirement funds
That's a bad idea.
for city employees. So basically what he's saying is in a couple of years when I'm out of office, the next guy's gonna have to figure out how to pay for all of this shit that I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Because all these people aren't gonna get paid if so
I don't think he's gonna run for re-election for this.
he gets to point at someone else and say it's their fault, not mine. I had it working. Meanwhile, no one was getting retirement checks for spending 30 years working for the
okay, you know what? There should not be a retirement if you work for the government. Honestly, like unless you're military, firefighter,
no, you can
and
set up
cops.
you can set up a 401k.
Yeah, that's okay, but
Through your
still-
That's not what all these government employees have, though.
no, they got
They all have
their own
actual
retirement
pensions
fund.
still. And just recently now that in the Navy and the military you can get into TSP, which is a 401k, and you can divide it up. You don't get it all as a pension like I do.
Mm-hmm.
So you're relying on the stock market, to do what it's supposed to do.
No, but
Well, I know Minnesota is using a 401k because when Tim Walz made a big deal about people fucking up Tesla cars and they shut down a Tesla plant in Minnesota, he's like, good, we drove them out. And it's like, yeah,
You
a
dumb
third
man.
of your government 401k pensions
Is
are
in
attached
Tesla.
to Tesla. Yeah, it's like, good job. You just boned everyone who's ever worked for your state. And I love when I hear these folks are like, Texas started it. Virginia's just trying to finish it up. It's like, first of all, Texas didn't break their own laws.
and what do
No.
you care about what Texas do? Like, worry about fucking Virginia,
Well, if you
No.
want to say started it, let's look at New England.
I know.
New England started it years ago, and nobody cared.
The whole area is 100% blue for representation. 40%
Maine,
of
I
New
think,
England
has
votes
one little red dot, doesn't it?
yeah, but they didn't actually elect a Republican.
Yeah.
Do anything besides like a town hall, a small city
Yeah.
thing. All
Well,
their federal
Alabama, they changed their new maps while a tornado was coming through town.
I know. I saw that shit.
Yeah, there was the sirens are going off like get underground, and they're like, hold on, we need to finish this vote because the Dems will fuck it up if we don't.
They probably think the Dems activated the tornado sirens to do that. Exactly.
I don't know who's the dude in federal that pulled the fire alarm.
Oh, he's not in office anymore. I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. We've talked about it on the show.
Yeah, he took the sign down, then opened the fire emergency door and set the alarm off. It's like
to delay the vote.
in the middle of a vote, and like, oh, that was just stupidness. It's like
No,
guys would
it was
rather admit-
deliberate.
but that's the thing is these people would rather appear stupid
Hmm.
than admit that they could be wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like this isn't helping your arguments. I hope you realize that.
And I don't think DeSantis was really planning on changing the Florida congressional map until the election happened in Virginia, where it looked like it was going to be 10-1 representation.
From 6 to 5.
Yeah. Which is
Exactly.
how, I mean, if you look at how it got voted, that 6-5 is the way it should be divided up. They won it by less than 2 points.
That's the thing is Virginia is actually the fairest congressional map in this country right now.
Yeah, we voted for this shit back in 2000.
Yeah. Was it 2000? I thought it was 2020.
There's an independent commission that creates our
2020,
creates
sorry.
the maps in Virginia.
Yeah, exactly. It's a third party.
Yeah, and the Supreme Court is the one that proved it.
But this is something that we had brought up too, was that all these blue states threaten to do the same thing. It's like you guys have already maxed out.
You've already
what
done
can
it. You
basically.
can't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
It's like Massachusetts threatened. It's like, what? You might accidentally get a single Republican if you change your maps at this point. So you guys are just full of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, as soon as some of these blue states try to do this, a handful of Republican states are going to do it. And they're going to get Florida's looking to net 4 seats.
Yeah.
Freaking, it looks like the Republicans are going to keep the House.
It looked like they were going to lose the House at the beginning of the midterms. That's normally what happens in the midterms. as
Almost every time.
the party in charge loses majority. The presidential party.
Yeah. All right. Someone else tried to kill Trump. So once again, I keep hearing it's great too. You hear them. Well, we condemn all this violence, but you got to look out for the right wing. They're super violent. Like you say that like every third day, but you can't point at any of these actual quote Republicans. When was the last time someone tried to shoot Obama or Biden or Warren, for that matter?
Never.
Never happened. How many people are still cheering for Luigi Mangione?
A lot.
And by the way, didn't some employee for that company just come out and like say that we should shoot these people? And it's like, you realize that was your CEO that got killed for exactly this? Oh my God! Just like with the Mamdani thing when he blew up Ken Griffin in New York, the billionaire. Griffin was like, the dude put out my home address and said, this is the enemy. And it's like, it's like 2 city blocks from where I live where the United Healthcare CEO was murdered for being wealthy. So yeah, Mamdani's trying to schedule a meeting with him to keep him in the state. And he's like, no, I'm leaving. He's like, I already left Chicago because of shit like this. I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to bring my money with me and I'll create all those jobs there instead. And good luck, New York City, trying to pay for your programs.
Yep.
But anyway, the suspect's in custody. It was at the correspondence dinner, right?
Yeah, I thought we talked about this, but maybe not.
I thought we did too, because I remembered saying something about how one of the reporters turned her phone on, flipped the camera around to face at her to record herself about the shooting that was going on, instead of being a fucking reporter and recording what's going on and putting it up for the people. That's to let you know that our freaking media now, that's even going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, are social media influencers, not reporters. It's ridiculous. Well, if you're a reporter, you would want to catch the story. It's not your reaction to what's happening, right?
And then you got people on TikTok that are saying that, they're joking about it, saying, "Oh, they missed again,"
Yeah, well, one dude just refused access into the country because his girlfriend came out and was like, so when are you Americans actually gonna, makes a handgun gesture, actually do it. It's like, you keep missing out. You guys kill each other all the time. When are you actually gonna do it? He's like, yeah, okay, no one knows what she's talking about, right?
And then we still got federal judges apologizing to Trump assassination suspects over the jail.
Yeah, I don't understand. What was the apology for? Like for going to jail for trying to kill people?
Yeah, I think so.
It's
all about he apologizes to alleged would-be Trump assassin, then drags January 6th suspects into a rant over jail complaints. So the guy didn't like the quality of the jail.
Oh, so is this the same jail that, like you said, the J6 guys were held in solitary confinement for 2 years without a trial?
Probably. It's in the D.C. area.
Maybe that has something to do with the reason why a bunch of them got pardoned.
Well, we said that those charges were overblown when it was all going down. So
yeah, they hit it with insurrection. It's like, you're out of your mind. Speaking of insurrection, do you see what just happened in Tennessee?
No.
I think it was another congressional map thing, but the Democrats took over the floor, had noisemakers, air horns.
Oh yeah, Tennessee.
Throwing temper tantrums like children, screaming. Some of them crying. One dude started a fucking fire, and I was like, and this was to disrupt the vote. And I was like, these people should all go to prison. They all got letters of reprimand. Leave it to the Republicans to use a strongly worded letter when a police officer's handcuffs.
The loss of the chair, the commission. What is not the commission? They got those. You got the little meeting. I mean, what's the name of those assignments?
Their chairmanships.
Yeah, the chairmanships and stuff like that. They got kicked out. All of them.
Committees. Assignments?
Yeah, they got kicked off of all the committees.
Yeah,
that's right. Something actually did happen. Every single one of them got kicked off of every committee.
So, yep.
And something I want to bring up. I think it's down here under voters. Yeah, I'm gonna move voters to up underneath the map before we move on.
All right.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna put it under maps because that's where it should be, even though we already started the attempted assassination thing. Oh, where is it? I can't
It's
even
under
find it. It
voter.
doesn't
It's
matter.
under maps. It's up top.
Yeah, I know. Not that. I thought there was a different article in here. The New York. Yeah, oh, that's weird. That's okay. I don't know what. Oh, I put it between the word maps and whatever. It doesn't matter. New Jersey candidate for mayor has pled guilty to forging 1,000 voter registrations.
This is a mayoral candidate, so
Yeah.
that's probably enough to get him on the ballot.
Yeah, well, pleading guilty means you're probably going to prison or at least can't run again. But who knows, New Jersey. But the thing is, we keep hearing this shit doesn't happen. Then these stories keep coming out, just like these 600 ballots for the redistricting election in California never got counted.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, whoops.
I wonder which way they voted.
Was it Virginia? One of these states found like 20,000 votes after the election was closed for like 6 hours for president. I don't remember where it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, California's trying to do a vote to basically stop an all GOP primary.
Wow, they created this whole circus when they went ranked choice voting.
It's exactly what we were just saying. Is how the Democrats put policies in place that they think is going to benefit them forever, but it's only short term.
And we talked about this whole ranked choice voting and California in general in a previous episode.
Apparently, Virginia want to start doing that now.
They've already agreed to it. We're going to be part of the popular whoever everybody votes for on the popular vote. We're going to give our electoral college votes to it.
The ranked choice voting.
Well, here's the problem: is that a lot of Dems don't realize is there are more Republicans in this country that don't vote than there are Democrats that don't vote.
Yep.
And if it comes down to it, these people will show up in rural Virginia, get off their farm for a couple hours when, let's be real, election season is usually typically not presidential, obviously, but it's typically either when you're planting or harvesting your crop, like when you're doing actual work. And these people will show up and they're like, no, this has to stop. And especially with the ranked choice, you're going to get a whole bunch of farmers showing up, and boom, you're going to get a whole bunch of not just Republicans, but like Republican farmers on the tickets. And what is Virginia going to do if a farmer becomes governor of Virginia? It'll change
the fuck out.
It'll change everything, and like, no, you need to stop billing the shit out of everyone who makes your food. We got to give these guys discounts when they buy heavy equipment for their farms instead of charging a huge tax. Oh, well, that combine machine costs $180,000. Yes, and it's what feeds the whole fucking state. You know? The state should be buying it for me. Because who wants to be a farmer these days? All the farmland's being sold off and houses and condos being built on it.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem down the road.
It is, and I definitely noticed this traveling from where I am all the way up to New Jersey, which, by the way, why is the only way for me to get to New England not on the interstate? I didn't get on the interstate until Maryland.
No, you got lucky.
Like
but
northern
you had to
Maryland.
go through Connecticut.
No, I didn't go through Connecticut.
Okay.
Connecticut's borders Massachusetts. It's further north. Borders, yeah. It's just crazy that this. Don't get me wrong. Some of these roads are 55 miles an hour, as I'm sure you noticed, Brian. Especially when you went through the George Washington Forest or around my house. But unless you specifically know that road, there's no way you're gonna go 50 miles an hour on it at night. You know what I mean?
Hell no, not happening.
Yeah, you'll drive off the side of a mountain and end up on fire in some guy's cornfield in the valley.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a good laugh that the California's trying to undo their own policy again because it didn't work for them this one time.
No, well.
And, I just can't wait for them to undo it, lose the election anyway, then put it back in place to try to secure it next time.
Here.
Yeah, California mayor. She was charged, but now she's come out and confessed to being a
She
Chinese spy.
resigned. She resigned as mayor. Yeah,
Yeah, for being a Chinese spy.
in
And
Arcadia, California. This is up towards probably not. I don't really think it's Northern California. It's probably in the middle of the state. I spent
there's
10 years
skiing.
on the West Coast, so
There's skiing in Arcadia, but that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot because I mean, as long as there's some kind of season change in a mountain, you can usually get enough snow
that would put
somewhere.
it
You
that
know.
would put it in Central California, and not away from the ocean and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, she
You know,
was acting as an illegal agent for the People's Republic of China, and she'd agreed to plead guilty to felony offense. She now faces up to 10 years in federal prison along with a potential $250,000 fine. How do you pay the fine if you're in prison?
it still get charged it, and you just have to pay it back. I mean, just because you're in prison doesn't mean your bank account vanishes or your debt. I mean, if you go to prison and you can't work, you're not paying your mortgage, you lose your house, right?
Yeah.
Same thing here. You still owe the money even though you're in prison. It's not whomever you owe the money to's fault that
Can you
you're in
file
prison.
bankruptcy for it when you get out of prison?
A fine, no.
Okay.
That might be different in California. States have their own ways of doing things, but typically speaking, a fine is separate from jail time. Like it's separate from debt.
Bankruptcy.
Yeah, like a student loan. At least it is federally. You can't say I can't afford to pay this. Like, well, then over the next 20 years, we're gonna figure this out, or we're gonna start seizing your property. You know. But she's paying a $250,000 fine. Is that to the United States or to California?
Uh,
It's got to be the United
that's the
States,
United
right?
States. The DOJ is coming after her.
Yeah, so she's on the hook for $250,000. But here's the thing: she's gonna run back to China as soon as she gets out of prison.
No, we're never going to see
Ooh,
that money.
maybe not. They might execute her for getting caught.
She'll go to Hong Kong. She'll go to Taiwan.
Have you noticed that these Chinese spies are like cockroaches though?
Yeah.
You see one, there's 10,000 more.
Yep.
Swalwell was banging one. Maxine Waters had one as her driver.
I thought it was Nancy Pelosi.
Was it Pelosi?
Diane Feinstein.
Oh,
Feinstein.
Feinstein. Okay.
Okay, I'm just saying. It seems they seem to be attaching themselves to the Democrat Party too. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that because they're getting diversity hires because they talk like this? If you talk like this, we have to hire you or be racist.
Oh, they're getting paid by them.
What's that?
Oh, they're getting paid by them.
Oh, if they're being paid off by this, that's even more ridiculous.
Yeah, probably getting bars of gold.
All right. I know I did those in the wrong order, but well, family issues delayed us another day. Family always comes first.
Yep.
So I kind of rushed through because I didn't realize we were going to do one tonight. I thought you were going to be busy. And then I saw your message. Like, oh, fuck. Like, I have like 9 pages of Google Doc to go through. Oh, I threw so much stuff out. It was ridiculous. Oh, here we go. Now there's a new fraud probe going on. A probe. That just sounds so. Why can't they say investigation? You know what I mean? Is putting a spotlight on Omar and her district. It says amid viral gaffe. What was that? Her World War 11 thing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I remember I was like on my way to New Jersey in the car when I saw this come up with her talking all this shit or whatever, and someone had shared in it her talking about World War 11. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, I. And then I saw a lot of people like defending her. I was like, well, you know, she's not native to this country. And I was like, it's fucking Roman numerals. That's not native to this country either, okay?
Right. We got it from Rome.
I was like, this is one of the foundations of like modern society, okay? Everyone, oh my God. But then she came out and she's like, oh, everyone tried to defend her for, you know, naivety or ignorance. And then she came out like the next day or whatever and was like, no, I was trying to speed through reading the teleprompter or whatever. And it's like, oh, so there you go. You guys are coming up with excuses that aren't even real.
Yeah.
Just blew my mind, though, World War 11.
But
Now,
she's
okay,
also
okay,
still
how
in the
about-
news
Okay, how
because
about-
she's ignoring the subpoena request from the state of Minnesota.
well, what's fascinating to me is it says her district. She's a federal congresswoman, right?
Yes. But that doesn't exempt her from state subpoenas.
Correct. But how is she having this much control in her voting district to allow so much fraud going on? And shouldn't this be state level?
I don't think
people that
she's
are handling
allowed it
this?
to go on. I think she's part of the company that they're investigating for fraud.
Oh, she used her own district to do her fraud?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just begging to get caught, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just like if you're gonna make meth, don't make it in your fucking garage because you gotta
Or
get
don't make
caught,
it in
right?
your college campus.
Don't make it in your college campus. Well, you know what? At least it wasn't your house, because at least if you're not there, there's not a meth lab sitting in your house. You know what I mean? All right. Oh, this is funny too. Walls is trying to take credit for the crackdown on the very fraud
But he let happen.
that he let happen and Ilhan Omar is being accused of being involved in. And it's like, wait a minute, buddy. When Trump came in and tried to do something about this, you called him all sorts of terrible names. And now you're trying to sweep in and say, I did all this. No, dude, you let that shit happen.
Yeah.
How many billions of dollars of federal taxpayer dollars disappeared into the pockets of the Leering Center? By the way, did you see the Leering Center popped up again somewhere else? They misspelled learning again.
Oh, okay.
I guess I haven't learned the lessons.
Yeah, they didn't lear their lesson yet, did they? Oh my god.
You gotta get cut because of idiocracy.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
What's terrifying is that might actually be coming because we're pushing the farmers out of their ability to sustain their lives. And you're going to get these city urbanites trying to fucking grow tomato plants on their frickin' stoop or on their balcony or whatever, pouring Gatorade into it because it has electrolytes. You know?
Right. Help it grow faster.
Exactly.
And then you get some high guy coming in and fixing the problem.
Yeah, it's like, what's the matter with all of you? It's not how any of this shit works.
Use real water.
I need to watch that movie again. That was a good movie. You know, we might have to do this on the show and make it a weekly thing. We'll pick a movie in advance and we'll all watch it.
Okay.
And yeah, and it could even be Idiocracy, and we can talk about it because it seems like we almost every week we get together and we bring up some movie. Just like it bothers me. Okay. There were 3 movies starring John Rambo, right?
Yeah.
The First Blood?
Okay. Yep, First Blood. What's the second one called?
Rambo.
The second one is First Blood 2, Rambo.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
The third one is Rambo 2. And I'm like, oh, it should be First Blood 3, Rambo 2, if that's how we're going to do it. It's like, come on,
They're
guys.
trying to
here.
find a new audience.
First Blood was a great movie. The second 2 were okay. First Blood was a great flick. I don't think they should have made a trilogy out of it. But with Patrick Dennehy was the sheriff. Brian Dennehy. Yeah, great. Oh, great flick. Oh, this is fun too. Minnesota once again. There's a grocery store owner is being charged for allegedly stealing $1 million in EBT benefits.
Those are federal benefits.
Yes. And it took me a couple minutes to figure out how you would do this. Because I was like, no, I've worked retail before and at a gas station, and people use food stamps all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, you swipe the card, it'll automatically remove everything that's not accounted for. But I forgot that not all places have that same tech. Some of these places you still manually punch in the price of stuff.
Okay.
So he was writing off beer purchases as food stamps.
Okay. Hot food.
While the crackdown on food stamps is happening, and I don't know about the rest of this country. Did the soda thing go nationwide yet or not?
No. It's working.
West Virginia's already put it into effect. There's signs on every door that you can get a soda. It's like you cannot buy candy, you cannot get soda, you cannot
That makes
do
sense
this.
to me. I agree with that plot, that philosophy. You know, that's not what EBT
Nutritional.
should be for. Yeah.
It's nutritional, sustenance,
I also
nutritional.
think they shouldn't be able to buy lobster, crab legs, and lobsters with it either.
I agree with you in concept, but how do you
I don't know.
separate actual healthy food from it just because it's expensive food?
Right.
You know, that's a tough one. And it does bother me when you see these people like, I just bought these 3 lobsters on EBT. I'm like, bitch, I don't qualify for EBT and I can't get fucking lobster.
Right.
And they're like in Minnesota eating lobster. I'm like, where the fuck did you get a lobster in Minnesota?
You probably got it through the mail order lobster company. I don't remember what it's called anymore, but there's one out there.
Brought that up to the wife again. She recently did a silent auction online for like a whole bunch of used stuff, and she got this big honking fish tank. And I was like, I'm telling you, babe. I was like, we need to
Oh no!
get a couple lobsters and breed these suckers. She's like, what are you gonna do with lobster? I was like, I go down to the restaurant 20 minutes down the road. And he's like, yeah, what are they gonna do with them? I was like, cook
Eat
them
'em.
and serve them. And yeah, but her thought was they're not gonna be able to move them fast. And I was like, yeah, but you don't have to
in the
necessarily have
tank.
it sitting there in
No.
the restaurant. You don't even have to have them at the restaurant. If just put a little thing, hey, if you want lobster, let us know a day in advance, and then
Yeah.
I'll drive my ass down with a lobster, and I'll say I want X dollars for this lobster. You know,
Right.
I got no. And here's what's crazy about lobsters. I don't know if you guys know this. They're basically immortal. They don't
Thank
die of
you.
old age. They don't die. Oh no, they'll die, but they don't die of old age. So it can sit in your tank for 20 years, and it's gonna be okay as long as you keep feeding it. Problem is, if you don't feed them, they start eating each other very quickly. Oh. All right. Oh, this
Well,
is
Minnesota came up with a new state
Yeah.
flag.
I love this because this is exactly what they called Trump evil for too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got a new flag, but some counties or districts don't want to fly it.
Right. So they're going to cut all state aid off to those cities and counties.
Isn't this basically what Trump said about like flying the LGBTQIAARP flag at federal buildings?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, you can't do that. Especially don't fly just as high as the United States flag.
No flag goes above the United States flag. Or the
Nothing
same
goes
height.
above. Nothing should even be the same height.
No.
I know you two realize it, but does everyone else realize the United States is the only nation that does not dip its flag to the Olympic Council at the Olympics? Everyone else bows with the flag. The United States does not, because you never ever
Right.
dip the American flag. Shoot, if it touches the ground, it has to be retired and destroyed, right?
Yep.
I've done one of those since I got out of the service. We did it as proper as we, could do ourselves.
We do them at the VFW all the time.
Yeah, next time I might go over to the VFW and hand him my flag. I was like, this is a whole process, and we did it like we were still in the service.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, this just seems like too much effort.
It's cutting into my drinking time.
Exactly. It's like I'm not going to be drinking a beer while I'm retiring a flag. If anything, I'm going to be pouring one out. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know who Brooke Rollins is.
No idea.
Rollins, but apparently, I'm guessing she is a USDA employee somehow. I'm not sure at what level. But apparently, there are 14,000 SNAP recipients driving luxury cars.
If you can afford a luxury car, you don't need SNAP.
Well, that was something I noticed at Virginia 7-Eleven over there in Hampton, right off of Mercury by Lynn Haven Drive. I'd have people showing up in cars that cost twice as much as my car did. Which, don't get me wrong, I only spent $14,000 on my only brand new car I ever bought.
Yeah.
But these guys are showing up in like $30,000 cars, like brand new, swiping EBT cards. I'm like, how do you have $30,000 car with a bump and stereo? You got the ground effects light kit going on, and you're on SNAP. I was like, you must be selling drugs.
Yeah.
I was like, you're making your money illegally somehow, and not
That's under the table. That's how
you're
you
not
get
letting the
SNAP.
government. What the fuck? Then why would you use Snap if you're doing better than the average person?
Because they don't want to waste their drug money on food.
It's just it. There needs to be a crackdown, but a bunch of these states where it's happening are passing laws saying you're not even allowed to investigate fraud, and it's like, wait a minute, what?
Though that was only California.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of states saying you shouldn't be allowed to even go look at these people on EBT because that's, you're violating their privacy rights. I'm like,
No,
no,
you
no,
get
no.
money.
No. If they agreed
You
to
have
do
to-
they agreed to take public money. They should be like an open book.
Their records, yeah, and their records aren't necessarily public. Like you and I could see them, but there should be someone who can come in and audit and make sure that this. Well, we talked about someone a while ago. She had like $3-4 million houses and like $250,000 cars on EBT. And she's like, oh, I just lied on how much money I made a year. And they just signed it over to me until she finally got caught because someone was like, you're in a Ferrari using food stamps.
Right.
Shit, I wish I could remember who that was or where it was. That was a couple of years ago. We definitely talked about it here, though. Because I remember it pissed me off so much. Okay, there's tons of fraud, but why are so many people abusing the system this way? And could it have something to do with, well, for example, this delusional Democrat lawmaker, so Congress or senator, is calling for charges against Walgreens closing down because of the excessive crime.
Maybe not rob the place blind so they can stay in business. It's a corporation. They need to make a profit. Some may not have to be a huge profit, but they need to make a profit. And
Of course, you can't afford to pay your employees,
right.
who then go and abuse the food stamp system because they're not getting paid.
Yeah. I laughed when I saw this article. It was like, you guys don't want to do anything about crime. People are literally coming in there and robbing Walgreens blind. What do you expect Walgreens to do?
And it says not just the being stolen from. Apparently, people are walking in with firearms and threatening employees while they do this sometimes. And let's be real, modern day United States, if you work in retail and even if you're security at retail,
You're supposed to let them do. They're not supposed to intervene.
yes, you don't put your hands on the customer unless it's an actual like physical violence issue and someone might get hurt. So like, there's nothing you can do to stop these people. You call the police and they say it was under $1,000, or
That's
we have,
California.
I know, or we have bigger things to worry about. It's like, okay, well, why don't you go get the fucking murderers then?
Right.
It's like, no, they're protected because they're in gangs and therefore they're a protected class, And it makes you wonder why anyone is going to do anything the right way. And maybe that's why people are stealing all this shit and lying on their EBT stuff. Here we go. Ramirez and Majai, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Guapo may know this one better than I do.
I just know the
No.
name.
Oh, okay. Are introducing a living wage for all act, calling for a $25 minimum wage.
Yep.
Oh, Sanders and AOC are backing this program
Of course they are.
with a coalition of over 100 plus organizations. The NAACP, American Federations of Teachers, and National Education Association. First of all, teachers make more than $25 an hour.
Some places.
I just know that when I was in Massachusetts, I had to look at the public records of what the teachers got paid.
Yeah, that's Massachusetts.
They were
That's
making
not
six
the-
figures.
That's not the rest of the
Six-
country. No,
six
most
figures.
places, teachers don't make six figures.
I think if you want to live in Boston, you have to make at least 90 grand a year.
Okay.
But I wasn't looking at Boston. I was looking at the high school that my town was associated
That's fine.
with.
But it's still got a higher cost of living in Massachusetts and West Virginia. You think the West Virginia
still more
teachers
money
are
than-
making six figures?
No, but I'm saying that's still more money than your average Massachusetts resident made, who wasn't working in Boston signing deals. Like your actual workers
Okay.
who worked 350 days a year. I'm sorry, 340 something days a year because they get all the holidays plus 2 weeks. Are making less than teachers are. And you can say teachers, they reach into their own pockets. They don't have to. Teacher does not have to reach into their own pocket to buy pencils for the students.
Right.
That's
But
just
they
them. Yeah, because they make $100,000 a year. Some are making like 160. I think
That's
the
not
lowest.
happening here in Michigan. Teachers ain't making six figures in Michigan.
No, and you also don't need 80 grand a year minimum to be able to survive in Michigan. Probably any part of Michigan, I'm guessing. I'm guessing 80 grand a year in Michigan's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yep.
But yeah, now they're calling for a $25 minimum wage. Oh my God. How many times have we seen this played out in different states and watch it just collapse?
Yep.
How old are they? And again, AOC, an economics major.
Yep, she
How
knows
does she
everything.
not see? This has happened several times and it keeps happening the same way. I know. Let's implement it nationwide. And this is for federal employees. Just a heads
Right.
up. So, that means now the postal delivery guy, the guy who delivers your mail, is going to get paid more than you if you're a fucking lumberjack doing the biggest job there is in West Virginia, is making lumber so people can
Mhm.
build houses, or coal miners.
Right.
It takes several years to get $25 an hour mining coal in West Virginia. Shit. I got up to $37 an hour when I was welding in Massachusetts. And that was only because, some nepotism. I knew the whole family that owned the company. My father had worked there. But they knew I had experience in more challenging welding situations than where they were putting me in. And then COVID happened and they gave us overtime pay all the time, which was, I got to admit, that was pretty cool of them.
Yeah.
But they did make me wear that stupid paper mask over my face when I'm in a weld booth that's like 110 degrees.
That saved your life.
Yes. No, it almost killed me. I overheated. You're just breathing in your own breath and it's hot and you're like, oh my God, it's so disgusting. Like, oh, now I'm starting to smell starting to taste the bacon. Even worse, smell the bacon from my sandwich this morning. You know what I mean? But I mean, like I said, like that was, welding is a fairly well-paid job in
Yeah.
general, because not a whole bunch of people know how to do it well.
Right.
So this is your high-end blue-collar job in terms of pay.
Mm-hmm.
Until you start getting into some like long-haul truckers. I'm sure Guapo could tell us about how much money some of these assholes make driving a friggin' cargo from Norfolk to Sacramento and then picking up small trips on his way back to Norfolk to get paid along the way home. Those dudes get paid, don't they?
Yes, but
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're bringing Maine lobster to New Mexico, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
But driving's a completely different situation. Shit, 15 years, it might be all but impossible to drive yourself. All the cars might do it themselves with a network they're all hooked into.
Yeah, we see how Waymo's doing good with that one area.
Well,
Yeah.
that's just getting started. And yeah, well, the issue with the Waymos is they'll stop, like, you've arrived at your destination. They want you to get out, and it's like 4 feet from the curb, and there's traffic going by. You're like, what? It's running people over and crashing too. Yeah,
Exactly.
but if I got run over by a robot, you better believe I'm destroying that thing. Problem is, California is where they're most predominant, and chances are you're probably not going to have a weapon on you to destroy that vehicle.
That's not authorized.
Well, if there's a rogue machine running around running people over, it needs to be stopped right away. Maybe
Like
a
Terminator?
shotgun. Yeah, maybe a shotgun blast through the freaking electric motor will do it, you know? Oh my God. All right. Brian, I've brought this name up enough times on the show.
Yep.
He's the son of one of the Young Turks, which I know you still don't know who they are.
I've tried to listen to one of their episodes. I
Oh,
couldn't
God.
do it, so.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't freaking eat your gun.
I
Hassan
subscribed to him for a while, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I need to unsubscribe. I don't want to encourage this podcast anymore.
Well, I don't follow the Young Turks, but every now and then something comes up that Cenk Uygur would say. And he actually ran for president. Cenk. He wasn't eligible. He wasn't born in the country, but he still ran.
How'd that work out for him?
He wasn't going to get the votes anyway. But I just thought I was like, all right, man, hey, you know that if it comes down to it, you actually win the election, you're not getting the seat. And he even said this, like, I know I'm not going to be able to take the position.
Right.
But I respect that. He likes to ignore the truth in front of his face, but he's usually polite enough when discussing things with people.
Okay.
His nephew, who got his position from nepotism from his uncle,
Hassan
Piker, he's the guy who zapped his dog live on a YouTube video with a shock collar because it wouldn't stay sitting still. That's what started the controversy of this guy. He used to be a pickup artist. Was how he started on YouTube. Like how to clap the cheeks.
Okay.
Then he went to Cuba. He was one of the guys in Cuba starting all this shit. And he's like, oh yeah, we're helping everyone. He was handing out like scraps of food that he had left over from lunch or something.
Right.
He's like, dude, you're a scumbag. It's like you ate at the only place on the island with electricity, the American place.
And now he says stealing and murder are okay.
Yes. And the funny thing is, they asked him about Whole Foods. He goes, yeah, I have no problem stealing from these mega corporations. I'm like, do you have any idea how much money Whole Foods makes on their products? Like, do these people think that these
grocery stores make
nothing.
minuscule profit. They make very next to nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3% margin or something.
Yeah.
He has no idea what's going on. And then you go to like not just the supermarket that everyone goes to. He goes to the fancy high-end one, and it's okay to just steal there. And he said, killing people. Some people just need to die. I'm like, dear God, by your logic, you offend me so much. It's okay to buy him if I come out there and assassinate him. I don't know. He talks a lot of shit and he throws a lot of temper tantrums. Actually, Shuon had just ripped him apart and it was hilarious.
She even tried to just like
no, she just talked about what happened exactly.
Yeah, he got butthurt about it.
Oh, he went nuts. I loved it because I didn't see what Shuon had said, but I saw everyone reacting like, holy crap, Shuon had just laid into this guy.
No, she didn't. She just lightly talked about him and stuff. He got a butthurt about it.
And then I did watch her response video to it though, which was hilarious. And yeah, Shuon and he called her like this like right wing,
just
unfuckable goth or something like that, or emo girl. And I was like, just because she doesn't want to spread her legs for everyone, like she's never been right wing. She's always been a left winger.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is that the left is so far fractured that I think after this midterm election, something huge is going to happen to the Democrat Party.
Hopefully.
I think they're going to push the progressives out and maybe the socialists.
Hopefully.
They're not going to win if they keep bringing in these people that say it's okay to kill people and cheer. Not even necessarily cheer, but have some smart-ass comment. You know what I mean? People are still cheering about Charlie Kirk being murdered. Dude in Washington, basic entrepreneur, goes out and makes his money on his own. Washington State, not DC. He's fleeing Washington to Texas because of this quote unconstitutional close quote wealth tax. Well, wasn't it Washington? One of the mayors or maybe the governor who just recently came out and was like waved him goodbye. All these billionaires from leaving. He's like, good, don't let the door hit you, the good Lord split you. New York just did the same thing, and now the governor Hochul is begging the billionaires to come back from Florida where they disappeared to, and even Mamdani's trying to get that $1 billion to stay in New York City because of what he did.
Yeah, fuck them. Let them fucking suffer. Let them get everybody get voted out.
Yeah.
Because
there you go. It was the Seattle mayor, Katie Wilson, was the one who waved goodbye to the millionaires who were leaving over taxes. And it's like, then who's going to pay the taxes?
They don't put two and two together very fast.
No, they don't. They're fucking emotional fucking children.
Well, and you know what? I don't even like this progressive tax scale we've been using forever.
Right? You want a flat tax?
Not even necessarily a flat tax. I've explained to you a couple different ideas I've had on the show more than once, but it just seems nuts to me because you pay 20% of your $100,000, so you pay $20,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you also charge the guy worth $100 million at 20%, that's $20 million. Why does
Right.
it have to be $35 million? And that's the thing is you're chasing these people out. And like, oh, good, we don't need them. It's like, yes, you do. And then you send them off to like Texas or Florida, who's going to collect all this tax money instead.
Yeah, well, you got this. You already covered it. All right, good.
What? Oh, yeah. The gender neutral combat fitness step.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so what's the controversy?
Yeah, I'm not sure how the Army does their PRT.
This is only for certain
Like elite groups.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Like
same thing.
Rangers, special
Yeah.
forces type groups.
Yeah. So you're telling me that the average woman in the foxholes with the men still has to do fewer push-ups and sit-ups?
no. It's just yeah. No.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
The
this
front
is
line.
just elite. This is just elite groups. Well, we don't put women on the front lines, remember?
Yeah, we do now.
I thought we didn't still. I thought that was still a thing where we still kept the women behind the front line. If should actual hot conflicts break out, we don't send the women, but the women that are already there are obviously going to fight,
Yeah.
which
I'm
makes
checking.
which makes it very interesting. How did you handle that in the Navy? Should it come to an actual conflict? Oh, we can't send this ship. There's women on it. We can't send this ship. There's women on it.
Carriers, destroyers.
Fu-
So
Full of women.
yeah. Oh,
Even
for
submarines
women
now have women on them.
Yeah, I think that need to guess. We'll see. But
And I don't-
you hear about the fucking captain that ran the ship for the New
Yes,
Zealand.
they are allowed to serve in the frontline combat and battlefield roles if they meet the required standards.
Okay, so that's why the Army changed, revised their standards to make sure that, just like what was it? I think it was New York State we talked about like 10 years ago that reduced the standards for a female firefighter. It was like, whoa! What do you mean she only has to carry half as much sand down, the 10 flights of stairs?
Right.
He's like, oh,
If I'm
I had-
incapacitated and I can't walk downstairs myself, I still need her to be able to carry me downstairs.
yeah, I don't have an SCBA, so, a self-contained breathing apparatus. I can't just breathe clean, healthy air. I'm breathing in all this smoke that's been rising to the 10th floor for hours,
Yeah.
And now she can't get me out of here.
That's an
Credit
issue.
where it's due. New York was like, no, you're right. We can't do something like this. But California went ahead and did it anyway, and look what happened.
they did.
They're yelling at you because you shouldn't have been somewhere there was a fire. And it's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize the chipmunk was going to eat through my fucking power lines in the middle of the night and start a fire because the switch was on,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what ship the Higgins is, but what's going on?
Let's see here. I think it was. Let me look it up here real quick. It is a Harley Burt guided destroyer.
Okay. So,
And they had an engineering casualty that broke out earlier, and the incident was immediately contained by the crew, and there are no reported images. While the Navy did not explicitly use the term fire, citing unnamed U.S. officials described the situation as fire limited to one piece of equipment that did not spread flames. So basically, it was a electrical fire that knocked out
happens.
the ship's electricity and propulsion for several hours,
So this must have been right next to the engine room then.
rendering the
Or in the engine
300
room.
sailors aboard the Higgins essentially sitting ducks, unable to control the destroyer's movements for a time.
Well, I say that, but you could drop anchor. Do they have one or two?
Yeah,
They This
It's
is
not a
not a
carrier, it's a
carrier.
destroyer.
It's a destroyer.
Destroyer,
They
they
got,
always
I'm
got
sure.
two.
Yeah, they got
That
two
Destroys.
too.
I see. I
Man,
don't
But
know.
I think
backup.
I don't think they were in a place where it was shallow enough to drop the anchor.
You don't need shallow water to drop anchor.
Yes, you do.
But the
No, you don't.
whole purpose of this article was this is the fourth fire in as many weeks that has disrupted the fleet.
Which makes me think we need to bring in some of these ships for proper maintenance.
Can't. We're
Because
at war with Iran.
I I served 7 years on 2 different vessels. I only saw a handful of fires my entire time, and
I didn't see any fires.
most of them were because on the Carl Vinton in dry dock because people left oily rags behind. Then a shipyard guy came in and welded and sparked all over it.
I mean, the Gerald Ford just came back to port today, and they almost did a whole year. They did 11 months on a deployment. So,
Oh, I know. By the way, I saw a carrier from the cruise ship when I was near Norfolk.
yeah, that was a horrible photo.
It was a terrible photo. Well, I had to zoom way in the fog. And
Right.
I was like, oh, that is it. I was like, there are jets on that sucker.
Yeah, that's a carrier.
I was like, you don't get to see these suckers very often unless you're on it. I was like, they must be doing workups or something, or else we wouldn't be able to get this close to be able to see it because the cruisers or destroyers would keep us far enough away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like something terrible is going on with all these fires, and they seem to be almost all electrical fires.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Could be a
Like
training issue too.
So what, you think it's the EMs, or you think it's the shipyard workers using crappy equipment?
I don't know. I mean, this is happening out to sea and in port, so who knows?
In port, you expect, because you're doing all sorts of stuff all the time to
At
test.
sea, you don't expect it.
Yeah, because you're supposed to get it out of the way in port and during workups first. You have no idea what an EM is, do you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's electrician's mate.
All right.
I was a
wasn't sure.
photographer's mate. I was a PH.
I know. I just wasn't sure if you knew what all the different engineering rates were, because I couldn't tell you what every topsider did, let alone air det.
Yeah, I know most of the rates.
Yeah, I never got my ESWAS.
I got
Did not-
that.
Yep, did
And
not
my
care to.
and my air wing air four.
Well, I was in the process of doing it on the carrier, then I had my seizure and got carted off,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
up to the short-term memory thing.
Right.
And my chief was like, you need to do it. You're an E5. I was like, I understand, but I'm going to be embarrassed if I go out and learn all this shit and stand in front of a board and try to recite all this information to him. I was like, I'm going to make us all look terrible.
Right.
And he's like, we'll help you out. And I was like, you say that until you ask me a basic question that I should know about the top side or even engineering that I don't work with. Then I'm going to go, like I knew an uninterrupted battery supply was, for example. But if someone just said, hey, what's a UBS for? I've been like, what the fuck is a UBS? You know? And I'm sure you guys know what UBS uninterrupted battery supply is if you guys both got surface qualified.
No,
Yep.
got service qualified.
Basically,
I
if engines go down, the batteries automatically kick on instantly and nothing shuts off.
Well, in layman's term, like what we know it as is the UPS, the uninterrupted power supply. You can buy them online. You can buy them at Office Depot, Walmart. People plug things into it that they want to be protected if the power goes out. It's still
So
running.
your power goes through the battery, and if power stops going into the battery continues to provide power until
I mean,
it runs
a
out
lot
of
of people
energy.
back in the day when they had desktop computers and didn't have batteries in their computers, they would have one of those hooked up to that. So that if the power went out, you had time to back it up and shut it down before you lost all the data you were working on.
I'm on a laptop right now plugged into the wall, and I can unplug it right here, pull the wire up just like that. And it's
Then you're
nothing
still
changed.
connected. You
So,
still,
like,
yeah. I mean, when I got home today, my battery on my laptop is pretty much dead because I've been using it for a couple of days in the hospital. But same thing here. I'm running on a laptop.
oh, shit. Unless you're doing crazy work these days, you don't need anything bigger than a laptop to do most of your computer stuff.
Yeah.
Like the wife, when we were looking for a new laptop for me, she kept pulling up these laptops for like $600, and I was like, I don't need any of that. She's like, oh yeah, it's got 4 processors, yada yada going on. I was like, yeah, but I'm not playing like World of Warcraft trying to interact with 10,000 people at the same time.
Right.
I'm not trying to freaking mine crypto. I was like, I want to go on the internet and look up an article and live stream. Like, oh yeah, I know,
You
$180
should be
computer will do
mining
that.
crypto.
I need more processing power than to do that.
I'm joking.
What might be fun though is to get a whole shit ton of processors, build like a giant wall of it, and only turn it on in the winter, like keep it out in the garage so it never like overheats.
Right.
And just mine crypto. So I keep being shocked. Like Google, for example, should put their servers in the Arctic, like up in like northern Alaska. Even bury them underground and then put giant Stirling engines on top of them that work on the difference of temperature. And then you'll spin a wheel and you'll take that waste heat and turn it into energy you could pump right back into your server farm.
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant idea. Especially with these data centers. They're getting enormous. They draw massive amounts of energy.
People, that's a big thing here in Michigan, because like in the town next to me, they're trying to fight a data center coming in, but the problem is the government officials are all excited about them, because they're getting kickbacks from them.
I think the real problem is no one actually knows what a data center is for. I keep seeing people say like, "Oh, you think they need this much space to store your family photos?" I'm like, no, this is so fucking AI can think. This is develop AI, and if we don't do this, China's gonna keep doing it. And I don't personally.
But the problem with it here in Michigan is they're destroying farmlands for data centers.
Yeah.
Well, that's something I brought up earlier. We're destroying farmland to do houses and data centers. But I mean, the trouble with putting another one over here in West Virginia, and it's literally in the middle of nowhere, like
That's fine.
further away from society than I am.
That's pretty far away.
Yeah, and they're gonna build their own power plant out in the middle of nowhere just to feed this thing, and then any excess energy gets sent back into the grid to reduce costs for everyone else.
Not gonna happen.
Well, they're saying if we make too much energy, we'll give it to you for free. If we don't make enough energy, we'll buy it from you at market rate.
I'm surprised with all that water they consume, they don't use steam to generate their own energy.
Same idea as a Stirling engine. You could just use the waste heat to boil the water and spin a turbine, right?
Yeah. But anyways, hey guys, let me get out of here.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, bro.
All right.
How much more you want to this cover? We can probably shift a lot of this to another show.
Maybe, but I'd like to
let's do
touch
two
on
more.
a couple at least.
All right, let's do 2 more and let's call it a day.
Shit. All right then. Oil tanker got hijacked off the coast
2 to
of Yemen.
3.
Huh?
2 to 3. Because I'm tired.
I got it. Oil tank got hijacked off the coast of Yemen. It's on its way to Somalia. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that.
Which part of Somalia? The Somalia or Somaliland?
Somaliland. That's a good question. And I'm wondering, is it going to make it there, or is it going to be taken by the United States? Germany ran their mouth about Trump again.
Good.
So Trump pulled 5,000 troops out of Germany, and the Germans can't find anyone to serve because they don't want to be. They keep citing World War II, and the German government's like, yeah, but we need to be able to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
So without the United States there to defend them, no one's there to do it. So
right. And another thing is, people are saying, well, he can't bring him back to the U.S., but he can shift him to a U.S. friendly country in Europe, like Poland.
Why can't he bring him back to the U.S.?
It's congressionally mandated
that we have to have more troops across the world than everyone else does.
I don't know what it actually says, but I know there's stipulations of what he can do with the troops in Europe. But he can definitely move them to a more friendly American country.
Yeah, Poland, like you said.
Yeah. And they'd love to have them in Poland, because they're right next to Russia. So,
Even France, the French sent an aircraft carrier over the Middle East. I'm still not sure what they're doing. It's their only aircraft carrier. Um. This is interesting too. Hegseth is accusing Mark Kelly, the senator, of leaking classified briefing details to
I would
include the
not
fact
doubt that a bit.
to include the fact that the United States Navy might run out of money by July if they're
Yeah.
not if it's not funded properly, which is why they came out and told us we need how many billions of dollars to. I
Keep
think they
fighting the
said
war in Iran.
they basically said rearm, but I
Yeah.
mean, what are we gonna do when the sailors and the Marines don't get their paychecks? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do fucking nothing. And you know what the sailors and the Marines are gonna do? They're gonna
Keep,
keep doing their goddamn job, or else they're
yeah,
gonna
'cause
go to
that's what they
prison.
do.
Yeah, because they'll go to prison if they don't.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I mentioned the 5K leaving Germany. Trump is also talking about more withdrawals from Europe.
Yeah.
And Congress isn't particularly happy about this. But if these guys don't want us there, and Congress doesn't want us there, then why the fuck are we there?
Exactly.
And could you imagine if Trump started treating NATO the way these other countries do? He's
Oh, it'd be
demanding they
awesome.
do. He's demanding that they do their part or we leave. Why don't we just say fuck it,
We're
kick our
leaving.
kick our feet up with our ocean privilege because we have the Pacific and the Atlantic to protect us. Watch Europe get wiped out.
Yep. In a heartbeat.
Yeah, and it's like, oh well, they're coming for you next. Yeah, you got to get here. And I understand that's possibly what this immigration thing is about. Was letting them in the country.
Well, Trump
But
fixed that.
yeah, but a handful of whack jobs that got in the country without proper vetting is not what you need to take over a country.
Right.
I mean, unless you're China, because China looks long term.
Yeah.
You know, they're thinking 50 years from now. That's why China's not fucking with Trump, because they know a weaker president will come along who will do what China wants, just like Biden did. The UN finally said something about Iran executing all these people.
Yeah. They did nothing.
Yeah, oh, yeah, strongly worded letters, right?
Yeah. UN's as bad as the Republicans.
Yeah, exactly. This wasn't. I found this neat though. Uh, Iran fired on United States Navy ships.
That's not good.
Uh, no, and the missiles were shot out of the sky, and then the United States destroyed 6 Iranian small boats. Rubio, Secretary of State, right?
Yep.
Yeah, came out and was like, they shot at us. What kind of idiot doesn't shoot back? And all I could think was Democrats, because they made it illegal to shoot back or to even own a gun.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get shot and die.
Right.
Anything else you want to talk about?
There was something I saw pop up and I thought I put it in, but I guess I didn't.
I might have erased it. I'm not
That's
sure.
fine. The Trump class ships that they're coming out with.
Yeah, what I haven't heard anything about him in a while.
Basically,
I definitely would have saved that.
they're bringing out like they're coming out with new battleships that are going to be named after Donald Trump.
The class.
They're going to cost about the same amount as an aircraft carrier.
Oh my God.
They're going to make
And
30 of them.
you said battleships?
Battleship, bringing back the
Battleships.
battleship.
Like
Yeah.
like 18-inch guns. What the fuck is that for?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. Well, I mean, they are incredibly deadly ships, and battleships are
And they are not going to be jet. They're not going to be like the Aegis class ships are. They're going to be nuclear powered.
not jet fuel.
Yes.
Interesting. 1 reactor or 2?
They didn't go that far into detail.
Yeah,
on the
they can't tell us everything about them
No.
as they're brand new. But
Yeah.
battleships are named after states, right?
They were in the past, but
Yeah,
now this
well,
was going to be named after Donald Trump.
Well, the class is, but just like the fuck, what's the new
Ford.
aircraft? Yeah, Ford class, but they still have names after individual people,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm wondering, are we still going to do states? Because we're going to run out of states if we're going to go
I
back
highly
to
doubt
battles.
it because they're naming in the first one after Donald Trump. So,
So it's a Trump class, the Trump.
yeah, U.S. says Trump. I don't know what they're going to call it in the end, but
I don't
yeah,
know. It might be.
I
It
don't
might
even
be.
know whether the thing will actually ever get built. You know, because Donald Trump ain't going to be in office long enough for the ship to actually be built.
What is he anticipating to bring back battleships?
I have no idea.
I mean, the last time we used battleships was the Persian Gulf, right? And that was just to shell the shores,
Yeah.
not to actually fight at sea.
Right.
Interesting stuff. All right. Well, Brian, that's our turd.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and finish this one off.